Underhand Chop. In the past, the underhand chop technique was used to split logs. Standing on a horizontally anchored block, the athletes cut through a 32-centimeter log. The block has to be worked from both sides.
All that said, though, Tommy, as you pointed out, he's up against our 7-time U.S. national champion, who's around to the backside, draws a huge slab of wood. Those first 4 hits do a tremendous amount of damage. He's already dropping. Oh
wow.
My gosh, 14-11 showing on the unofficial time.
Buddy, it's right there, 13.79. Let's rewind. A couple of weeks ago, our North American sports director, Nathan Waterfield, held a preseason timber sports tournament. You were there with all the best in the country. I got the results right here, buddy, because I want to remind you, you weren't firing on that day. You were 20 seconds. I want to know what your thoughts were about that tournament. These are the results right here, Matt. Those are the results. A man who lets the axe do the talking for him. That's just how sharp those axes are. He said, I don't want to hear what happened 2 weeks ago. This is what happened today. 13.79. I love the pace, buddy. I love the smile on your face. Enjoying the stage today. Great job.
Thanks, man. It's great to be up on the stage and be able to perform and do what I do here best and do it in front of you all. It's so fantastic.
Congratulations, Stock Saw. Get that heart rate down, buddy. Stock Saw coming up next.
Stock saw. After the starting shot, the contestants have to cut 2 wooden discs, so-called cookies, within a 10-centimeter mark, one downward and one upward. The attempt is only valid when both discs have been cut off completely and within the marks.
That was really quick on stand number 2 for Nate Hodges. I don't know if he's pushing the envelope too much. I'll tell you what, though, Matt Cogar's moving through the wood better. Wow! What a race!
Standing block chop. At the standing block chop, the felling of a tree with an axe is simulated. A vertically positioned wooden block with a diameter of 30 centimeters has to be cut through both sides. A powerful and precise swing with the axe is the premise.
Right there together, look at the pace of Nate Hodges. He is swinging that axe like a fly swatter. Matt Cogar, though, around ahead of him. Hodges just around so fast. I think Hodges has a lot of wood to break, but that's one of his fortes. Hung from Hodges. Oh my gosh, I think Hodges got him.
Now, because the gap at the top has undoubtedly narrowed, a 2-point deficit now, Nate Hodges to Matt Cogar. And look at Jason Lentz has dodged a bullet here.
Holy
you have to
cow.
be in the top 8, and things fell just the way he had to have it. He is in the top 8. We will have to say goodbye to Logan Scarborough, Cassidy Shear, Adam Letko, and Josh Wilson. Our 8 will soldier on.
Single buck. The single buck is a one-man saw about 2 meters long. With this, the athletes have to cut off a complete disc of a 46-centimeter thick wooden block. The perfect interplay between rhythm and strength is the key to success.
Because his job now, first job, is to improve 2 spots, because after the next 2 disciplines, we eliminate 2 more athletes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ben Nicely is putting on a great cut. Jason Lentz is going to run away with this one. An 11.8 second run from Jason Lentz. He made it past the gatekeeper. He's into round 2.
There it is, Matt Cogar extending that lead a little bit over Nate Hodges. 4 points it is now. Matt Slingerland in 3rd place, and Jason Lentz coming from the precipice down there in 8th place, setting a national record, and that's what happens when you do big things. You move way up that leaderboard. 4th place now, Jason Lentz, Trevor Beaudry, Robarge, Nicely, and Page rounding out the top.
Springboard. Springboard simulates the traditional way of felling trees, climbing up over thick roots. First, notches known as pockets are chopped into the log. 2 springboards are then anchored into these pockets. The athlete then climbs up to chop through a 27-centimeter thick block.
Nobody's climbed perfect yet. We'll see if either of these guys can pull it off. They're doing a little bit of extra work, but it looks like they got the board set cleanly. Hodges just a small advantage going into this second hole. He's maybe half a swing ahead of Cogar. Oh, trouble though for Hodges though. Boy, this is Nate Hodges has got his work cut out for him, but he is a working fiend. He is gonna have to work very hard to catch up to Matt Cogar. Cogar with about a 2-hit advantage into the block at the top. Cogar has run out of cuttable wood in the front of the block, and is switch hitting into the back of it. 40 seconds has elapsed. Oh my gosh, that came off way faster than I thought on the backside of this log. Time is ticking away. There it is for Hodges, around 47 and change.
Overall points now as it stands going into the hot saw, and there's Matt Cogar on the strength of that great performance, and great performances all day long, has opened up a much bigger lead over Nate Hodges, also with the assist from the double point situation in here we've been for the past 2 disciplines now. So Matt Cogar on top, Nate Hodges in second place. Of course, only 6 will advance to the hot saw. We've already had eliminated Scarborough, Shear, Lethco, and Wilson, and now we must say goodbye to Ben Nicely and Walt Page. Trevor Beaudry, the last man in the 6th place. Dakota Robarge on top of him. Jason Lentz in 4th place.
Hot saw. For the hot saw, power saws are called into action, and the athletes have a space of 15 centimeters to cut 3 complete discs off a 46-centimeter thick wooden block. Jumping the start or cutting over the line will result in a disqualification.
Just like Slingerland has to go, and he is. Oh, big, thick disc. Yeesh. Wow. Throws the chain. Holy cow, that was all sorts of chaos. I'm a little concerned that he bumped the bottom of that log.
What an incredible story. I mean, the ending of this one here. Matt Slingerland lays down a miraculous 4.81. And to get ahead of him, Nate Hodges ups and lays down a 4.79, 2 of the fastest times we have ever seen ever in the STIHL Timbersports series, and that does it for Nate Hodges, a single-point victory over Matt Cogar. Matt Slingerland actually is going to wind up in 3rd place with 63 points, but just an unbelievable ending, Kevin.
Yeah, the entire weekend has been a collection of unbelievable endings, and this was the most unbelievablest of all the endings. Those times are just absolutely stunning, and for these guys to just consistently post those times, keep knocking each other down, it's just where this hot saw has gone in this discipline, that these motors are staying together, the power they are turning, and that these athletes are managing it so well. Just hats off to this entire field.
Nate Hodges with a silver medal in 2019 and 2022. Both of those years, he was the bridesmaid. Last year in 2023, he won the bronze medal. So close, so many times. And finally punching through this time around. Just an incredible, this entrepreneur from Northern California. He's become a home builder. Builds homes from the ground up, and then started his own franchise of axe throwing facilities there. Yosemite Axe Throwing has been very, very successful in that part of the country. So let's take it down to Dave Jewett, and we will have the medal ceremony.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been fighting for 2 days, semifinal round into the final round, and we finally determined our top 3. Thanks to STIHL, thanks to Ace Hardware, John Deere, Duluth Trading for making all this happen, and thank you to our athletes. As soon as I get the word, we're gonna bring them out. We got our 3rd place athlete is yeah, they have the production trucks messing with it. 3rd place from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Give it up for Matt Slingerland.
U.S. Let's hear it for Matt Cogar! And your first-time United States national champion from North Fork, California. Let's hear it for Nate Hodges. Let's hear it for him, everybody! All right, athletes, come on out here! All right, let's bring out the rest of the field.
Matt Cogar had won all but one of the 5 previous disciplines. It had to have something unbelievable come down in the hot saw, and we saw Matt Slingerland get up there and do something unbelievable, a sub-5 cut. No way someone could come up, jump up, and the closest competitor to Matt Cogar could jump up and get ahead of, because that's what he had to do. He had to get ahead.
Yeah, we started subbing our sub-5 cuts. Just an unbelievable finish, and as you mentioned, Tommy, this was a call for heroic action, and we had a stage full of heroes. What an amazing depth we now have in this country with these athletes. Just super impressed across the board, and to see a new national champion just adds that cherry on top of the entire thing. Nate Hodges throws himself at everything, whether it's his business ventures, whether it's timber sports, whatever it may be, becoming a pilot, for crying out loud.
That's right, flies himself around all his
himself
businesses.
at every venture, and this is the reward for him here today. And I gotta be honest, it's not gonna be his last. This is his first national championship, far from his last.
He came to this one somewhat late in life. He said, I'm going to overachieve at this. He'd been around the sport, but not heavily invested in it. He went all in, and a few short years later, here he stands atop that podium stand right there. It's a new boss. Meet him right there. And as you say, he's not going to be the last time. He's going to be the old boss again who comes back and wins it again. Nate Hodges of North Fork, California. Unbelievable job here. Heroics at the end to take down the 7-time champ Matt Cogar. That in itself an incredible, incredible job. Thanks for being with us here in Milwaukee for the 2024 STIHL Timber Sports U.S. Men's Championship.